Susan Quenelle is joining us on this edition of Citrus Today, and we're very happy to have you back in the studio. You are the program director, by the way, with Friends of the Nature Coast, which for anybody out there that doesn't know about Friends of the Nature Coast, let's kind of give them a brief description of the organization.
Okay, Friends of Citrus and the Nature Coast, and we are a charitable organization that provides grief services to anyone who has suffered a loss of any kind, actually. So we have programs for adults and children. Some of you may be familiar with our Camp Good Hope Teen Encounter program for children. We have mini camps throughout the year, several, for the children to come and follow up and continue to get some support and tools to deal with their grief. And then, of course, we have several offerings for adults, different grief programs on different days at different times. And we have wellness programs as well. We have grief support groups, but we also have wellness programs like a chair yoga for grief, and cafe break for a little social get-together for people. Right. So we have all kinds of neat things going on.
It is important that if you've suffered a loss in your life, a loss of a loved one, that you make sure that you know about that grief process. It's not a simple process.
No, it's
There's
not.
different stages that you go through. And the folks here at the Friends are really a big help when it comes to understanding each of those phases, what you're going to go through, what to expect, and why you're going through those things. Very important to understand it all. One of the things that you do, though, is for folks who have lost a loved one, we have a lot of, spouses that lose another spouse in our area, and that spouse maybe took care of a lot of things for them, everything from checkbook to filling up the gas tank to, as we're entering this time of the year, getting prepared for a hurricane or a major storm. And, one of the things that happens when you lose a spouse, and it depends, a lot of widowers have depended on the wife to do the cooking. Suddenly she's not there. What do? Or the wife has been cooking for two people, used to cooking for a family or whatnot. Now suddenly you're all by yourself. And it's a whole different ballgame when it comes to cooking, right?
Yes, it is.
It is.
And some people don't want to go through, why should I go through the trouble of preparing a meal just for me? That's what they say. And I always say, well, just for me needs to eat too.
That's right. You got to take care of yourself. So in our next segment, we're going to talk about what you're offering for folks. Easy cooking for just one person, which can be a challenge. Again, if you have lost somebody, and I don't care whether it's just last week or 6 months ago, there's still adjustments that have to be made, right? Even a year down the road, I think people find that there are things they have to adjust to that they haven't coped with before.
They continue to adjust for years after loss.
Okay. And again, the folks at the Friends of Citrus and the Nature Coast are there to help you cope with those things. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a minute to tell you how to cook for one. Once again, Susan Quenelle is our guest today from Friends of the Citrus and the Nature Coast. They offer a lot of grief counseling, different workshops. What I didn't ask was, is there any charge for the classes?
Not at all.
Or workshops?
Everything all the services we provide are all at no cost.
There you go.
No
Free.
cost.
Okay. As we talked about at the close of the first segment, easy cooking for one. You may think, well, that's pretty simple, but really, if you've been cooking for two or more, it's not, right?
No, it's not at all. And of course, we work with a lot of folks who have lost spouses, who find themselves alone, who have difficulty cooking for one. And it amazes me how many people say, well, it's not, I don't really want to go to all that trouble preparing a full meal just for me. And honestly, you're important enough to eat healthy food and to have healthy meals and to have healthy nutrition, and that helps us heal as well from our grief. So we have invited Stephanie Clamer McMinds with the Extension Services of Citrus County to come and talk about cooking for one or two. How to prepare, how to easily prepare smaller meals or meals that you can divide up and put in the freezer. She's also bringing a I keep wanting to say crock pot. She's bringing a pressure cooker, an electric pressure cooker, to show people how easy they are to use and how easy they are to cook meals. She's going to bring one and do a demonstration.
There you go. They call those Instapots or something like that nowadays, right?
Oh, yeah?
But pressure cookers are quite fascinating, and you do need some knowledge to operate one, for sure.
Right.
Because, again, they're cooking under pressure. Keep that in mind when you're talking about that. So she's got some great tips for you on how to do that. That means that you can cook faster. You can cook different quantities and things like that. Crock pots, I remember when those things first started really becoming popular, everybody wanted to fix their meals in a crock pot.
Right.
Put it in there in the morning and it's ready for you for dinner when you get home.
That's right. Easy.
But it's not just that, but you can do it, anytime. And it's a great way to, again, prepare a small meal. You have a website. I want to talk about that for a second. friendsofcitrus.org, and it's got some good information on there for folks.
It has a ton of information on there. We have a monthly calendar that comes out that lists all our activities week by week. So you can go on the website and pull up the calendar and see what's going on, see who our special presenters are for that month. See what our social events, what wellness programs are meeting. Everything is on that calendar. A lot of good information on the website. It also talks about our grief support groups and the differences between the groups and when they meet and the days and the times. So all that information is on our website.
One of the most important things, I think, for people when you go through a grief process is to know you don't have to do that alone. A lot of people just want to withdraw and get off to themselves when they're in grieving. But that's not a good thing. You need to be out socially connecting with people, right?
Well, you need to develop and nurture a support network for yourself. And that's why we try to offer these programs, our wellness programs, at our grief center, because it's become a gathering place. So like I said, we have this little thing called Cafe Break, where people just come, they put on a pot of coffee, everybody brings little snacks, they sit around the tables and talk about anything. Somebody might go over and put together a few pieces in a jigsaw puzzle. There's a piano in there, you can sit out and tinkle with the keys there. It's just a place to come and gather and be with people and not be alone and not be
relax.
Isolated.
And understanding that, or looking around and seeing there's other people that are going through a similar process, that helps as well. It's not just you, right?
Right. We're not alone. There's a lot of people out there experiencing the same thing.
What are some of the things that you pass along to folks when you're doing a grief workshop that you consider important?
I think some of the most important things is to walk through your grief journey in your own time. Everybody does it in their own time frame. And some people walk through their grief journey much quicker than others, and we can't compare our journey with anybody else's. And I think that's really important. Some people are very slow healing from their loss. And we have to be patient with ourselves. One of the things, I get a lot of people that come in and say, it's been 4 or 5 months now and I still cry every day. I say, you know what, I know people that it's been a year, 2 years, and they still cry every day. It's okay. That doesn't mean you're not healing. It just means that your journey is taking
a little bit longer
than someone else's, perhaps.
And a little bit different direction too.
Absolutely. We all have very, very unique grief experiences. So I really encourage people not to compare their journey with anybody else's and to just honor what their needs are.
I'm sure that too, when somebody passes away quickly, unexpectedly, there's a bit of anger sometime with grief, right?
Sometimes there is anger. There isn't always anger, but sometimes there is anger, and it gets displaced in a lot of different areas. It can be yelling at the neighbor, or getting upset with somebody who's calling them on the phone and doing telemarketing. It could be, it could come out at their workplace. The anger can come out in a lot of different places, but bottom line is they're angry because someone they love has died.
Right, right. Again, a lot to the process of grieving, and the folks with Friends of the Citrus and Nature Coast can help you with that through the workshops they give, and help you with other things too, like hurricane preparedness, cooking for one, and many other classes that you're looking at throughout the course of the year. Contact them and go by and get their information. Go to the website again, friendsofcitrus.org, and you'll find it a great resource.
Absolutely.
Susan, thanks for sharing with us.
Thank you for having me again, Dennis.
Yes. And thanks to you folks for being with us right here on Citrus Today.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Beard, and I'm the Community Education Manager here at Friends of Citrus and the Nature Coast. We provide help, hope, and healing to people in grief, for anyone who has suffered a loss. Our organization serves people of all ages and stages of life through grief support groups, telephone support, children's grief camps like Camp Good Hope and Teen Encounter, online support, and other various wellness support programs. Our team is here for you, and we are working hard to provide these grief resources. Our work, however, depends upon your financial support. So please log on to our website, Facebook page, mail in or call in your gift today. We thank you for your support.